Welcome along, boys and girls. This is another ABR, American British Racing. This is Tier 1, the top tier in this racing series. We're at the German Grand Prix this weekend, and you join us for round 5 of this championship. It's going to be an exciting race around Hockenheim. It always throws up some good racing going down that long back straight into that heavy braking zone. That's the key overtaking opportunity around this racetrack, and yeah, it's going to be a good one as we're getting ready to go racing right on cue. Joined with me tonight, we've got the mighty Phil from Calendar Season Racing. How are we doing, Phil?
Yeah, we're not doing too bad. I'm literally so excited for this race. I can't wait to see what antics are going to be played, what strategies are going to be put down, and more importantly, what qualifying's going to throw at us. I'm excited.
Coming into this race weekend, it's Callum leading the charge at the front of the standings, currently first in the championship order with 58 points. Second behind him is Stubbsy on 54 points. And third in the championship, we've got ABR Buraps representing there with 50 points. Moving down into fourth, we've got PWR Dan, so that's 2 Williams there in the top 4, and he's on 48 points, just 10 points off the lead of this championship. Then we've got Oxtes in 5th on 46 points, Jaunith in 6th on 38 points, then Vita Hoverent on the 36 points in 7th. ABR Bowen once again representing with ABR, he's in 8th place at the minute with 26 points. Then it's Mystic in 9th position overall with 16 points, and then Silent Boom, our resident Silent Boom from High Speed Apex and Calendar Season Racing, he's in 10th currently, only on 10 points.
So here's the grid for you today for this German Grand Prix. So starting on pole is Callum CW11 in the Williams with a great lap, great banker lap in Q3. Starting alongside him in the Haas is ABR Vittino, another good performance throughout qualifying. Then you've got the second row of the grid, Mystic Reed in the McLaren alongside Oxtes in the Racing Point. Another good drive from those two. Then you've got the third row here, Sig Verstappen in the Renault, PWR Dan alongside him in 6th in the Williams. And then you've got the next row, you've got ABR Baraps 19 in the Red Bull, alongside him is his teammate Kimi 458 in the sister Red Bull team. And then in the next row of the grid we've got CR7 Ganja Wiz, once again with his teammate FRA Stubbsy, who takes alongside with his teammate. Then you've got the next row of the grid, which the Red Bull Renzo, who would have been disappointed to get knocked out of Q2, but he'll be happy with 11th. He'll get to start on his chosen tyres. Sufyan in the Racing Point starts next to him. OTR Jarem and PWR Cookie round off the next row in the Toro Rosso and the Renault. And then as we go towards the end, we've got ABR Chris in the Ferrari, with ABR Bowen of the Mercedes, who take row 8. And then you've got row 9, Silent Boom and ABR Lethal in the Toro Rosso and the Haas. Gator will be the one on the 10th row on his own, and unfortunately Jaunith won't accompany him in the final row. So very interesting.
Yeah, we've got a lot of drivers out of position, Phil, and expect them to be moving and shaking early on, the likes of Bowen, Silent Boom. Yeah, and I think it's going to get really punchy early on, trying to get them positions made up when DRS is enabled. Even on lap 1, it's a real bottleneck turn 1, and it's a real pinch point as well. If you get tapped there slightly on the rear end, it's going to put you around, and you know that barrier is ever close on the exit of T1.
So, my pick for the Grand Prix. It's hard, but based on qualifying performance, you've got to see how the pole sitter Callum was in with a great chance. But he's not my pick today. My pick today is Vitinho. I think he had a great qualifying throughout. I think he's kept it really consistent with his timings and his pace. So, you know, penalties could play a part. I'm going for the Brazilian.
So I think Callum's going to pull it off because pole sitter has won 50% of the time here at Germany. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, whatever happens here with the ABR. Over to Phil.
And here we go as we prepare. The lights out, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for the German Grand Prix as we head down into Tower. Vitinho's got a great start. He's going around the inside of Callum. Callum's gone wide, and I don't know, I think all right at the back.
Have we got a corner from McLaren's in the wall?
Oh my
No.
God, yes, I was just seeing if there was any contact behind, but Bettino got a great start,
Sharon's
but
had
Callum
contact.
did chop him off at turn 1. And we got a McLaren off, and we got a
Safety
safety car.
Already
Has
at lap 1.
been deployed.
Callum's still got the lead. Callum has still got the lead. Wow. So Callum's controlling the pace, and we've got the safety car just approaching the pit entry now. It's going to be up to Callum when he's in the bowl.
I'm going to watch the backpack, see if there's any contact towards the rear. If you want to
he's
leave
bolted. He's got the hammer down through the final few corners. He's got a nice half a second already almost on Vitinho as he comes up to the line.
Oh, and there's a nose out, and there's a racing point on the barrier, and I just could tell something like that was going to happen. I think he collided with his teammate upstairs. I couldn't properly see. I just see two racing points together, but into the pits comes Sufyan for definite nose change because he's missing half an end plate. So, oh, what a shame.
Yeah, big shame. Remember, jump over to Phil CSR if you want to get the other perspective after this as well.
You had it right first time, Rich.
I did have it right. Phil, if you don't mind, just drop a comment as well in the ABR chat. Plug yourself in there, mate, by all means. And yeah, get a few more followers as well. Bring them over to ABR yours. As we got Callum with a 0.641 lead over Vitinho. Mystic is in P3, Dan into P4, Verstappen P5, and the field is getting quite spread out now.
Oh, I think we've got
happened?
another problem. I think ABR Chris has gone back. He's lost loads of positions. He was in
big
front
train
of
behind him there.
Yeah, he was in front of the pack. And
Big
now,
train. Oh, he's going to send it up the inside. We're going to have contact there. Renault and Ferrari, and Renault and Racing Train.
ABR Bowen is just sitting in there nicely, ready to pounce.
We also got Stubbs.
And ABR Bowen, oh, this is going to be absolutely mental up to this heavy braking zone. And Gator's going to try and go down the inside of ABR Lethal. Has he got it done? They're still alongside each other. There's three abreast. Silent Boom's gone down in the end as they go towards the Mercedes-Benz grandstand. The Haas is going to brake too late, and he's gone round. The Haas of ABR Lethal. Oh, he's
now they're almost touching him.
Oh no, and now the Toro Rosso come back into the Renault. Oh, this is carnage. Everyone taking incorrect lines and braking on.
Oh, we got the Ferrari off as well. Chris is round. Oh no.
Unbelievable. This has been an absolute mess of a lap here. ABR Chris, absolutely. And we're going to see Jerome probably botch. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. He goes in the pits.
We've got Mystic here. He's closing in. He's got DRS enabled. He goes to the inside. Is he going to make the move? Vitinho holds the outside line. Good, respectful driving there. And they both live to fight another day. We've got a 3-second time penalty for ABR Chris. He's under pressure now from Verstappen, who has a little lock up there. Manages to get it stopped, doesn't touch the rear end of the Williams. And we all pray for Williams this season. We hope to keep them in Formula 1. He's going to ride on board now with Verstappen. The car ahead's got DRS as well. As they go into the braking zone, going to be a change of second place potentially. Great defensive move there from Vitinho. Mystic has to tuck back in. And he's going to have another go at it, Mystic, around the outside potentially.
And now we're going to go to the back straight, and perhaps is going to look for it here. And I can see it coming. The DRS is gone wide open here.
Down on Mystic.
He's going to pull out to the right hand side, and he's going to get in front of him before he even gets to the corner. He's got the inside line, and perhaps up to P8 behind his teammate. Will team orders come into play And will potentially Kimi let Baraps through to try and attack Ganges?
And we got
This'll be
Mystic up
very
into third,
interesting.
and Dan's locked up, and that's allowed Verstappen up the inside, who's also going to take third position. He's going to take 2 for the prize of 1, and he smashed it there. He's absolutely smashed it. Verstappen, in the same amount of corners, has got 2 positions. Incredible job.
Here we go. Baraps is going to be miles closer this time. He's sitting in P8. He's right on the tail of his teammate.
21.
And I think this is going to be a rather easier move for Baraps as he goes down the inside and into 7th as he makes progress up the field. In the pits, he's going for a set of hard tyres. That's hard tyres, and you would assume that is to the end of the race. Unless, obviously, pending safety car.
Comes back out in 12. First one to blink is Verstappen in the race so far.
ERS is crucial in this. And the rain has come down. Here we have got rain.
Here
Richie.
we go. Here we go.
We have
Everyone
got
who's
rain.
stayed out, this is going to pay off significantly. Can these tyres hold on? And until the crossover phase now, Phil. Stubbsy is looking in a prime position, which he's going to be really confident, go as long as he wants on him. But yeah, have you looked after your tyres, boys? Oh yes, we love a bit of rain in Germany. We remember that from 2019, and here we go. We've got
he's
Dan.
going to get it done. Dan's going to get it done.
We've got a 3-second silent rule there.
And Mystic Reed is about to lose out 2 positions. He's going to go wide, and Ganju is kind of mowing the grass in that inside there, but
it's told no. Mystic does well to hold on. And into
Coutinho's
the pits.
pipped.
First of the big boys.
And can I just clarify, he's just gone on another set of medium tyres as Coutinho.
He has indeed, Phil. So does that mean that the rain is going to stop?
Oh! As Coutinho just absolutely comes right out of the pits, right smack bang in front of Verstappen.
Here we go,
And now
Verstappen's
they're
going
going
for it.
side by side. Like, no, the grass! Oh,
Gator's retired as well. Gator's retired. I don't think the inter worked. It's not wet enough for the intermediate.
No.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, it's a safety car as well. The safety car has been
very
deployed.
interesting. Is it going to pressure
Here
anyone
we
into
go.
making a pit stop now, Phil? Because if this rain does
This
stop
is
soon,
very interesting.
but the rain looks like it's getting a bit heavier, doesn't it? I'd have to say it's getting heavier.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Gator. Maybe he was just too impatient on getting the tyres up to 10. Callum boxes, here we go. What's he going to opt for here? I think whatever Callum opts for is going to be the right strategy. But Coutinho, I think, made a bold move going on those medium tyres. It does look like it's getting worse. And it is intermediates for Callum, so it is time. They are playing it. And it's a double stack for Williams because in comes Dan as well.
And yeah, we're going to get jumped here. Mystic has jumped up
Mystic
to
Reed.
and he's got out the mediums.
Mystic Reed's gone on to slicks.
He's on the dry tyres. So what drama we got with the strategy?
We've got 2 different strategies going on.
Wow, Phil. We're going to have a lot of losers and a lot of winners right now. That's what's going to happen.
You've got to be on the
Look
wet
at the
tyres,
split.
surely.
Look at the split of tyres across the field. Even the ones that are pitting further down, it's 50-50 in terms of what they're going for. And no one knows
It's
what's
got to be
best.
inters. Got to be. Can't be good for slick, surely.
Wow, what interesting scenes we have here on lap 19 under safety car. As we've got Callum currently leading the Grand Prix. Safety car around for another lap. And yes. In. Coutinho in the box, Phil. Coutinho in the box. Mystic. 5-second penalty there.
Interesting. And ABR Chris is still out on these softs.
Bill Raps as well, P4 on the hard tyre. Just made his stop by looking at it. 2-lap-old hards. Don't think it's going to work for the dry runners. I really don't.
Chris is on the soft tyres. I'm going to keep an eye on him.
Going to run on board with Buraps
Oh,
on the restart here, on the helicam.
there's a bit of body work on the track. Someone's lost a bit of end plate.
And I think he's bolted. Yeah. Here we go. Callum's throwing the metal
Oh
down.
my god, this is crazy. And ABR Chris has just absolutely ploughed up the field. Here we go.
How the dry's going to do through T1. They look okay, holding their own. What it's going to be like for a heavy braking zone, let's see. Doing pretty well, struggling there under traction though. First inter overtake.
Chris is wide.
Oh, here we go. We've got a massive battle behind us.
Oh my lord.
Stubbsy's going to send it.
There's about 3 abreast.
Oh, we've got a mix of tyres. Have we got Stubbsy?
Oh my god,
We've
there's another racing point.
We've got 3 cars involved. Oh no.
Lethal, Oxtez and Stubbsy are off.
Gonna have to get steward's inquiry come the end of the Grand Prix, but at the top it's the 2 Williams boys, currently first and second now. It's Callum and Dan in P1 and P2, and Dan is getting ever closer to the back of his teammate, and he's also got good company. Gandul is right up his gearbox for good measure, and then further back Silent Boom now up into 5th position, really capitalising on the strategy. And let's monitor this gap field between Buraps and Silent Boom. It's going to be interesting to see if it comes down, or if the track does start to improve.
We've got Jeremy in the pits.
Yeah, maybe.
And APR Chris is absolutely just sent it down the inside of the team here into turn 1. And APR Chris on the soft tyres, he's up to 10th after being 15th on the restart.
All right, on board with Ganjuiz because he's got the prime position as we've got PWR Dan. He's in the slipstream of his teammates. Going down in towards the hairpin. Is there going to be a change of position? Any team orders? It doesn't look like it. They look like they're free to race as there's contact slightly on the apex there. And is Callum going to hold on to the lead? It looks like Dan's just edged his way ahead ever so slightly. Dan is going to inherit the lead. We've got a change of lead, Phil. And Callum looks like he's going to try and look for the switchback. And he goes to the inside, but yeah, gives his teammate space. And yeah, some great little battles here at the front. Williams, no team orders from them. And Ganjuiz is closing in because of this.
Wide. Verstappen's gone wide.
Ganjuiz is going to dive to the inside through this high-speed corner, and not ideal. And it's going to push the Williams out wide. So lucky not to get on the gravel there. So the Williams fighting has cost them 2nd position. Change of position further down. We've got Bowen making up a position here. He's battling once again with the Renault, going side by side, wheel to wheel. He's going to have the bigger balls into here. Under brakes. Mercedes gets the inside line.
Oh,
the Renault goes around the outside.
Outside, yeah. I was going to say Renault has the bet. Oh, they've touched and he's gone outside. And Bowen,
he still keeps his foot in it.
He's gained the position.
Oh, he gets squeezed on the exit.
Onto the gravel.
He's in the gravel.
Oh
no. Manages to compose himself. Great racing there. Carry on now, we've got a change of second. We've got Callum up into P2. He's run wide though. It's going to get Ganjuiz back up the inside. And yes, comfortably back into 2nd position is Ganjuiz. Vitinho's going to make a move on Vitinho up the inside into the hairpin field. Sorry. Vitinho looks like he's going to get the position done as he does. Up into 4th.
Yeah. The top 3. Kimi's got 6 seconds of penalties as well, so.
That's not time. Kimi is getting in the slipstream now, Phil, of Silent Boom, who does a little teleportation.
Can we get some last step action?
Into the apex there, Silent Boom comes in.
He's going for the switchback.
He's got the switchback
and Kimi's got the inside line.
Oh, his neck and neck.
He's going to have the outside line and take his grass down.
Lifts off.
He's not finished. He's not finished. I'm sure he's going to... I think I can think of a couple more. Oh, he's going to lose it. So wet out there. The conditions are absolutely testing the drivers here. As you keep an eye on the battle, I'm just going to go across with your leader. PWR Dan comes around the final corner to take the 2020 German Grand Prix, and CR7 Ganjuiz will come across in 2nd place. And no, Callum does jump in.
Callum up to second.
Callum has jumped in on the line.
And it's going to come across. Silent Boom ahead of Kimi. Well, what's it going to be in terms of penalties? Kimi jumps him still. And it's the two Renault
Cookies
boys.
jumps to Silent Boom. Verstappen gets ahead of Silent Boom.
Yes.
And Bowen doesn't. So Silent Boom gets 8th place.
Let's wait and we'll do a run through once they all shake up the order. I'm sure there'll be a few more movers. Up to the line is Chris and Oxtes. It looks like Chris run out of fuel right at the last minute. And Oxtes got him there. Wow. And we got a car at the wall. We got a car retirement there across the line. Stubbsy is out. Oh wow.
The German Grand Prix, as you watch your top 3 on the podium, as PWR Dan has absolutely drove a fantastic race, got it right with the strategies, and it's a great result for Williams, finishing 1-2, and they're going to extend their Constructors' League. That's all for CSR Field UH, but we're going to leave you with Richie and myself to just run through the results of this Grand Prix.
So thank you all for tuning in. It was a highly octane race, that one, that's for sure. There was plenty of drama. We had the first lap safety car, a later safety car as well. The restarts were very interesting. We had the rain to throw into the mix as well. We had it all throughout that race. Some real split on the strategies as well. And Dan was the only one actually there to not actually get a penalty. He managed to finish P1. Well deserved, starting 6th on the grid. And yeah, some real great pace from Dan. And the 1-2 was done by Callum there as well, his teammate, who did start on pole position, had a good battle on there, finished in P2. Then it was Ganjawiz in 3rd, Vitinho up into 4th position, and there was Kimi in 5th, Verstappen in 6th, and then we had PWR Cookie in 7th in the Renault boys there. Silent Boom really making up the position, starting 17th on the grid there, up into 8th position, as well as Cookie. You know, he started 14th up to 7th. A real good day at the office for him. Bowen as well, you know, he started P16 up into 9th position there, managed to make it work on a 1 stop there. Then we had Oxis in